This is USL Championship Soccer on ESPN+. Joining you live from WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina for North Carolina FC hosting Louisville City FC. We welcome you in. I'm Darren Vaught. Jason Gary is here as well. And Jason, here we go. Week one of the USL Championship season. Week one of the Dave Sarachan era here in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. Everybody's revved up, ready to go. The season's kicking off, and very excited to have Coach Dave Sarachan, who's been really a legend in U.S. soccer. He's coached the national team. He's coached an MLS team. He's been an assistant coach in MLS. A great opportunity for the fans here in North Carolina. I know a lot of them are excited to have someone of his pedigree leading this program, and should be an interesting day today.
There's a lot of buzz surrounding this program, of course, hosting the back-to-back USL Cup champions, and led again, yet again it seems, by Austin DeLuz, a longtime member of this organization.
Yeah, Austin DeLuz, he really is North Carolina FC. He embodies everything they're trying to do. And he's got a sneaky good left foot that he's going to be making things happen from the middle of the park. But just the consummate leader, he's the captain of this team, and he's going to be setting the pace for North Carolina FC.
In terms of leaders, Louisville City FC has not a bad one in Niall McCabe. He's their leading scorer as far as returning players are concerned. He's been with them since the program started in 2015 and logged a lot of minutes.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player. He's going to get on the ball as often as possible. Coach Hackworth said he's the guy that makes things happen for us on the offensive end with goals, with assists. He's just a very dangerous attacking player. North Carolina FC is going to have an eye on him today.
So that is about time to get started. North Carolina FC hosting Louisville City FC, the back-to-back USL Cup champions here in Cary, North Carolina. That kicks off here in just a bit on ESPN+.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Welcome back in Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park here in Cary, North Carolina, getting set for kickoff of game number one for each of these teams, North Carolina FC, Louisville City FC. Darren Vaught, Jason Gary with you for the ride. It should be a good one as we take a look at starting lineups for each of these teams. For North Carolina FC, a lot of familiar faces, but some new youth on this roster as well for Dave Sarachan.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, the key here is how Sam Brotherton and Alex Comzia, the two center backs, new players to this team, how do they set the tone? Are they going to be on the same page? It's going to be critical that they're on the same page tonight against a dangerous attacking trio for Louisville City.
It is dangerous for Louisville City, in fact, although they have lost a couple of their leading scorers from a year ago, so a new look for their lineup as well. as Cameron Lancaster led the league in goals a season ago with 25, the single season record. He's off to Nashville. They'll have to replace that scoring output for Louisville City, but you take a look here, and Tim Dobrovolsky, his first year getting all of the starts, or the majority of the starts at goalkeeper.
Yeah, there'll be a little nerves from him. He played a little bit in the Open Cup last year, but sometimes that opportunity when you're the #1 guy and you're the #1 guy from the beginning of the season, it's a great opportunity. Coach John Hackworth thinks he's ready for it. His goalkeeper is going to be on point tonight.
Hackworth's first full season at the helm of this franchise, because he took over in August of a year ago. And then, of course, you see Dave Sarakin. We talked much about it after a year's stint with the U.S. men's national team, joining North Carolina FC to lead this club as well. So here we go, about set to kick it off. And we're underway. Austin DeLue's the first touch of the season for North Carolina FC. Fitting. As control gained back by Louisville FC.
And there's the matchup. Austin DeLue's in the middle of the park. He's played out wide on the left, on the right, but today he's playing in the middle. He's going to be asked to be a creator in the middle of the park there and really organize the center of midfield for North Carolina FC. Early on, he's already trying to get on the ball, make himself available.
You saw also on that far side of the pitch, Tommy McCabe on loan for North Carolina FC. Stands to make a great impact for this team as long as he's with them.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Tommy McCabe to get some playing time. That team in Cincinnati is stacked with a bunch of players in his position. An opportunity here to get some minutes in at a very good level here at USL.
Sean Tosh with a lot of footwork near the sideline there, gets it back to Dobrovolsky. They'll get things back underway. Alexi Sawahi puts a boot on it. Back to Tambakis, and that a little trickier than I think they intended for it to be.
Yeah, DJ Taylor just didn't make great contact on that little flick back to starting goalkeeper Alex Tambakis. Had a really good season a year ago. Still a young goalkeeper. Those guys, sometimes they age like fine wines, man. You can play goalie for a long time. If you're starting in the pros, really sometimes when you're under 30, that's pretty remarkable. A lot of these goalkeepers play well into their 30s.
And a whistle at mid-pitch is going to send it back the other direction. North Carolina FC with a chance here. There's Alex Concia, as you mentioned. With the touch, familiar face, Marios Lomas angled up there, not quite able to get the Louisville City defense penetrated that time around, but Lomas is going to be really important for this squad going forward.
Yeah, he's playing in that center forward role. He's going to be asked to hold the ball up to win a lot of those aerial challenges against the big center backs and try to occupy those center backs so players like Ben Speeds can run off of those flicks, and him being able to hold the ball up is going to allow North Carolina FC to get out of the back.
North Carolina with a throw in here, back out. Nice touch by Louisville City. Long throw, Lomas unable to get to it. Wallow in the center of everything, punches it away. That one pushed forward by North Carolina FC. So back and forth we go. This one, a couple of teams, Jason, that by all accounts, in speaking with Dave Sarakin and speaking with Coach Hackworth on the Louisville City side, the intent is to be aggressive. And I think that is mainly status quo for most of this league. With young rosters, that's the kind of style of play you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of turnover in this league as well. So it's hard to keep the same team from year to year. We can build upon, a consistent, hey, we're going to be a passing team. Most teams are going to want to press, try to force the other team into some mistakes. Both these teams will do that, and they've got speedy players on both sides of the ball here. Look at one of them here. Donovan Awolo has got a tremendous amount of speed.
Able to recover and get a touch on that, sending it out of bounds.
But you're right, both coaches want to be pressing. They want to high press. They want to make the game exciting, try to score a lot of goals.
John Tosh on the delivery from the sideline. Direction reversed, and back to Awolo down the sideline, but a little too strong.
This game, the opening 5 minutes or so, just really choppy from both teams. No one really able to put their foot on the ball and put some passes together yet.
There again, Lomas with a foot on it, but ricochets out of bounds. A lot of strong leadership on the pitch for this Louisville City FC roster. Because out of nature of what it was last season, they were without a coach for a great stretch of time, with contact there made on Luke Spencer, who served as one of those player coaches. They joke around the club and call it the triumvirate. It was Paolo Del Piccolo, George Davis, and then Luke Spencer. And they kind of took charge as player coaches. And at the time, they were without John Hackworth, and they still carried it through once he came aboard. And essentially he said, hey, you guys are doing well. If it's not broken, don't fix it. We're going to keep things, for the most part, the way they are, and carry them to a second consecutive USL Cup championship.
Yeah, something we don't see very often in pro sports, right? Just
not anymore.
You guys stepping up, and yeah, exactly, not anymore. I always wondered, though, do they play every game? Because if I'm coaching, I'm starting every game. I mean, I'm
no,
not
for sure.
Out the game. You're going to start and play the whole game. Right? Like, there's no way. I'm not taking myself out of the game.
Now, there was a stretch of time within that in which Luke Spencer was sidelined with an injury. So
got it. Yeah.
Throughout that smaller stretch, he was sort of the head coach. He was the coaching surrogate on the sideline.
Pretty interesting, right? He tries to sub somebody off the field, and somebody says, no, I'm not going to. But no, it takes some great leadership, and credit to all the guys on the team and the organization to pull that off. I mean, that's pretty remarkable, and to win another championship.
Oh, and aside from the three leaders there, that requires great team chemistry, because you joke about a situation like that, but it's certainly possible.
Absolutely.
Louisville City with it, and pushing just a little bit, ever so slightly penetrating this North Carolina defense. Good in ball there, and an errant hit. And Tambakis is all over.
Yeah, see Louisville City now a little bit better possession, keeping a hold of the ball, working it from side to side, created a good opportunity there. It's a pretty good ball in the box. Ends up in the hands of Tambakis, but better from Louisville City here.
7 minutes in, still scoreless here at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary. Game 1 of the USL Championship season for each of these teams. Not much of anywhere to go for Louisville City.
Yeah, DeLue's got in there a little bit on the Louisville City player. It's Davis here on the sideline.
It's George Davis, and a little late to the play, but
this looked like he kicked himself. A little bit of contact there from DeLue's. I think Davis was anticipating the contact. I'm not sure how much there was in the end.
Louisville City with another try at it. Williams, the touch back for Louisville City. On the opposite side, Davis again. Stopped by Awolo. Good touch defensively.
Yeah, that ball came back off of Davis. Good foot in there by Donovan Awolo.
Ian is going to be forced to come back just a bit on the sideline prior to
throws it around the same place he told him to go back to. Battle here between these two.
It's Luke Spencer Sam Brotherton of North Carolina FC as it's backed to Tambakis.
Two big boys there going at it, and they're going to be battling all day.
Lomas got a shoulder to the back as he went up for that ball.
I think Lomas has just got to be a little bit stronger. That's the third or fourth ball that's gotten played into him, but he hasn't been able to keep possession. That was a difficult one to his credit, but they do a little better job bodying up that center back, trying to keep possession.
Keeping it center of the pitch, it's stolen away by North Carolina FC.
Louisville City's doing a great job, though, in the middle of the park. We haven't seen really Ben Spees get on the ball yet. McCabe hasn't been on the ball. Austin DeLue's hardly on the ball here in the first 10 minutes or so. They're doing a great job defensively.
Now Piccolo in the middle of the field for Louisville City. The in ball there just knocked away, and you're right. Just choppy play for either side, even when you get it within the 18.
You see Del Piccolo, he is basically just in the pocket of Ben Spees in the middle of the park. Ian getting a little bit of trouble here.
Gets it away. Wallow there for the header, but in congestion. Again, all the way back to the other side, comes away with it.
It's dangerous.
And great save by Tambakis to stay back on his line.
That was a great run out there from Brian Ownby. Made the right pass out to George Davis. Davis just didn't quite get that right. He's either got to take a shot there or cross it. He kind of did something right in the middle. An easy play for Tambakis in the end.
Brian Ownby, a player that Louisville City FC really, really wants to step up this season.
That's a great run from him. It's a great ball. Davis, he's either got to hit that, put his foot through it to the far post with some power, or put some curve on it and try to bend it into the run of Ownby there. Right between the two.
More scrapping for it on North Carolina FC's side. Sean Tosh on the throw-in. Louisville City now with another run, intended for Spencer, but Guillem there again. He's made a couple of big plays early.
Yeah, he pushed all the way over in the center back role there. Good thing for North Carolina FC because he was covering. I think Spencer was wide open there in the center of the park.
Down to the opposite side and punched away. That one came up and hit Spencer before bouncing out of bounds. See Coach John Hackworth there on the sideline. His first full season, full go at it at the helm of Louisville City. Davis with a pass that bounces back his way and misses on the far post.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit of a wake-up call here for North Carolina FC. Some sustained pressure from Louisville. See Sam Brotherton back there trying to get the guys going, lacking a little bit of energy to me from up here.
And Bacchus on the goal kick as North Carolina FC looks to reset things. They've been on that side of the pitch an awful lot these past 5 minutes or so. Luz and Davis both go up for it. Rolls out. And it'll stay with North Carolina FC.
A little assistance there from the fourth official, I believe.
To the middle, Stephen Miller setting things up and knocked away.
Good touch.
Miller with the touch and airmails it into the stands.
Yeah, much better though for North Carolina. See a little more energy. Great little touch here from Stephen Miller to get around the defender. Thought there was a deflection, but maybe not. Decent ball in from Ben Spees. It's bouncing around in here. This is good play by DJ Taylor. Watch this little touch. Boop, around the defender. Puts his foot through it. I'm not sure if it took a deflection or not. See it here. Another angle.
Was
can't tell.
Paco Craig may have gotten a piece of it to send it skyward. So good defense either way. Made himself big and got in the way of Stephen Miller's shot.
That was the first time North Carolina has been able to spring somebody that sprung Ben Spees out here on the left. Put in a dangerous ball. Something good happened.
Now North Carolina throw in on the sideline. Rolls back into Louisville's possession. Dobrovolsky, not a lot of action for him so far back there. Pass forwarded. Good start to it with Ownby on that left side. Now back Del Piccolo, pushed from behind by DeLuz. That will quickly be rewarded to Louisville City, although not that quickly. Speedy Williams, going according to his nickname. Wanted to get that one away in a hurry, and you see the hit on Del Piccolo here. It's a lot of momentum for DeLuz, just a hair late on the play.
Yeah, certainly Austin DeLuz knew exactly what he was doing there, a little bit late to the play. But really, Del Piccolo has just been on the ball in the middle of the park. A combination of him defensively and Ownby going forward has been good stuff for Coach Hackworth in Louisville City.
Craig with the first touch to the far side there, taken away. A lot of physical play. Ownby to the center. And Wallow, a good defensive takeaway. Contact again on that side. We'll give it back to North Carolina.
Speeds there that trying to hold up the play right through the back of him. Paco Craig, certainly a foul.
McCabe on the boot for North Carolina FC, sends it high, skips off the head of Lomas. Sawahi gives back to Dobrovolsky. Now back to Sawahi. Spreading the field in that backside, opening things up for a run. DeLuz sliding to make the play and quickly coming up to push the ball backward defensively. Good sliding stop. DJ Taylor still with it, hits the deck and no whistle. Pushed up, here's Ownby. Inside out, dribbles one in, Tembakis there for the save.
Yeah, good recovery there by Kamzia, good run from Ownby to Tembakis. In the right spot at the near post. Luke Spencer was charging into the box there. A great counterattack from Louisville City.
I mentioned Brian Ownby a bit earlier. He has a reputation as having two selves on the soccer field. There's Brian Ownby, and then there's playoff Ownby. He had two in the postseason for Louisville City on their way to their second consecutive USL Cup championship. And of course, as any team would like to see, they want to see more playoff Ownby here in the regular season in games 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
He's such a talented player. When he's on, and he's feeling it, and he's getting aggressive and going after it. One of the better players in this league. Great touch there from Lomas. That's better from him.
Started by Spees. Here's Iwalo and a North Carolina run. Sends it up to the top of the frame and just misses.
Yeah, it was good hold-up play. That's what we were talking about earlier from Lomas. Did a great job there holding it up, bringing Iwalo into the play. But for me, Donovan Iwalo's got to be more aggressive there. He's got to go with speed, start taking it at the goal, and then see what happens. You could tell he kind of just slowed down a bit and was going to cross it from the very beginning. Got to take that ball at the defender, make somebody make a decision.
Now down Louisville City side. Spencer through traffic and has it kicked away.
That's unlucky for Spencer. He did a great job holding off two defenders there.
Nearly split the two.
Yeah, I thought it was actually going to bounce for him where he's going to get an opportunity to shoot. You see now Louisville City, a little bit of a high press here, not allowing North Carolina FC to play it short. Forcing Alex Tembakis to play the long ball, which they've been winning all of these in the beginning parts of this game.
Sends this one longer and lower than the past few. And again, it's in possession of Louisville City. Comcia back to Tembakis. Sends it high. Nobody wins that header. Del Piccolo hits the floor. And now a throw in for Louisville City. A player down for North Carolina FC. Looks like someone, shoe came untied, cleat came untied.
They're just looking for a more dangerous pass. He had some simpler options around him, but elected to try to thread the needle there. Didn't come off.
So now another goal kick for Alex Tembakis. Playing the possession game this time. Going to send it short.
Header. Somebody's got a challenge for North Carolina FC there.
Nobody in for North Carolina. Wallow ends up with it. Back to Deleuze.
That's better. Now he's got some space.
Wallow with room to operate. Running on his left and over kicks it on the pass. It was intended for Guillen. Spencer now the touch for Louisville City. Williams. Davis and Wallow coming from behind. And Del Piccolo on this near side. Toast in the corner, and it's deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, well done there from Guillen. Good positioning.
Quick on the throw in is Guillen. Deleuze trying to get out of that corner. Long kick. Lomas has to turn and sprint forward for it, but it's over his head.
Yeah, good center back play again there from Sawahi and Paco Craig.
Transfer from back to the front of the formation. Still not going as cleanly as North Carolina would want it to.
Yeah, you can tell it looks like a first game of the season, and for a team that didn't have a lot of preseason time, a lot of games canceled. The weather here, North Carolina's been tough over the past few weeks, but the only attacking things they've had going have been long balls so far. They haven't been able to put together anything through the middle.
That one just by Wallow. Toast puts it center pitch, and nobody there for Louisville City. Miller back to Tembakis. High in the air, not long on the kick. Spees looked like he was going to make a run and steal that one away. A lot of control for Louisville City early on. As we're now in the 23rd minute. Still zeros. Davis the one touch. Toast heels it just before going out of bounds. And then Davis overran it on Guillen. Hit the ground immediately.
Been 2 or 3 fouls right over here, right in front of Coach Dave Sarakin here. He stomped on his foot, I believe. He just twisted his ankle a bit. Guillen, see that thing bent.
Hooked his leg with.
Right there.
Yep.
Yep.
With the left foot of Davis. Guillen being tended to. Davis gives him a 5. A little bit of chatter back and forth, so.
That one never feels good, though. The little ankle roll, it's not too bad, but it doesn't feel good for a little while. It'll take some time. I think it's on his left foot, too, and he's a left-footed player, so be a little sore tomorrow. There's no movement right now on that free kick from North Carolina FC. Everyone's stagnant.
None at all. It ends up at Davis's feet. Sends it to the opposite side. Del Piccolo. Cody would be with the ball at his feet a lot. That has certainly been the case. He's been on top of a lot right there at the middle of the field.
He's so good at just finding those little pockets of space in the center of the park where it's usually very crowded, but he creates his own space in there.
Long ball sent forward by Sawahi. Coach in the corner. Sends it center, and again, nobody there for Louisville City. Williams with a foot on that one, but DJ Taylor retains it and draws the foul with contact.
I'm not sure if this is something by design for Louisville City, but Tosh 3 or 4 times now gotten down the right-hand side and has cut that ball back to the top of the 18-yard box with nobody there. See the foul there by Speedy Williams on DJ Taylor, but no one's really hanging out around the top of the 18-yard box.
Fans, you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. North Carolina FC trying to push it forward here. A little bit more energy, it seems. Steadily moving it backward now. And Tambakis has to boot it away. Guillen, solid header. Del Piccolo with a foot. Davis punches it forward. Thought it was going to be a ball for Spencer, but kicked away by the North Carolina defense. Del Piccolo again, tied up with Loomis. Obi punches it out. Tosh to Davis. Looking inward, thought about the cross. Instead, it'll go this time to Speedy Williams, who puts it up off the post and just barely out of the reach of Tambakis.
A great ball, dangerous ball, played into the box. It's McCabe over here on the right-hand side. That's more like it from Louisville City. Put something in that's dangerous, makes the defenders think a little bit. And this is not too sure there in the end from Tambakis. He had to deal with that ball as an awkward kind of bounce, deflection.
Interesting placement, too, from his perspective as to whether or not you need to go up for it or not. It was just close enough to where he had to go up to make a play.
Yeah, first set piece here.
Short on the corner, deflected. Lewis has possession. Just a short pass to Taylor, and they're unable to really get out. And bailed out by the deflection out of bounds.
Yeah, a bit of a waste there from Louisville City. Had an opportunity. Jimenez could put in a great ball with that right foot. But went the short corner route, and it just didn't come off. The drives coach is crazy. When you get an opportunity for a set piece, you don't get anything in the box. Get all your big guys come up from the back. And
at the very least, just heave it up there.
Get it in there.
Yeah. Taylor again on the inlet for North Carolina.
Better from Lomas there. But just no possession for North Carolina. So you just haven't been able to put those passes together. I'm trying to remember a string where they've been able to put 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes together. It's only happened maybe once or twice so far this game.
Seems for the most part, second, third touches have all been up into the air, and Louisville City winning the majority of those.
Yeah, it's credit to Louisville. They've been very well organized. They're being aggressive, anticipating the ball.
That one served over top of the defense. Spencer unable to get through with a good look at the goal. Taylor trying his hand at some footwork and knocked away out of bounds. As Jimenez is on the ground after taking that one. It looked as if he was favoring his shoulder. We'll see what.
Taking this one in the stomach or a little bit further south than that. Cut him in the chin. He went down quick.
As if it was wedged almost between his right shoulder and his chin, but now that doesn't seem to be the case based on his teammate Ownby checking in on him. We'll take one more look as he is to his feet. Jimenez is. Taylor. See, I might have caught him in the right hand, it looked like almost, but possibly in that midsection on that side as well. Tough to tell from any angle. So Wahi, as he is been in that center back. Now pushing it down the right side, directing traffic, punches one forward. Toach is there. And again, deflected out of bounds. Guillen has made that play a couple of separate times.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 times he's been able to do that back off the attacking player.
That's a valuable skill. It's a narrow skill, but it's a valuable one that he's providing for North Carolina FC defensively. Louisville City so far doing a job well done of frequently reversing the field. They've been at the near sideline, the far sideline. Early on, it was center pitch.
Yeah, they've got great movement. You see there's 5, 6, 7 players moving at all times without the ball. Moving by Ownby there.
Inlet is deflected. And now at the feet of DeLuz, back. Good one touch there by Austin DeLuz. Intended for Spees, almost a tremendous ball. Building some momentum offensively for North Carolina FC, but now Ownby with a look at the goal.
That was a great ball. Ownby again took on DJ Taylor, put in a dangerous ball. Luke Spencer almost got there in the back post. McCabe was sniffing around. It's a good ball again from Ownby. It's a good first run by Spencer, not quite able to get there. And the Blues has to put it out just to be safe. McCabe just right there on his back shoulder. Great little counter there from Louisville City off a bad turnover in the middle of the park from North Carolina FC.
Yeah, so now with the corner kick, not ideal for North Carolina FC, but obviously a play they had to make off of Austin DeLuz's foot. The corner in, headed, and bounced high in the air. DJ Taylor eventually got it out of there, and now North Carolina FC clears it. Wow. That stayed in there for a long time, considering. Most of the time, that's 1, 2 touches, and you move on from that play.
It was a great ball in the initial corner from Oscar Jimenez. Put in a dangerous area, multiple runners from Louisville City making strong runs.
Now back into Spencer. And Speedy Williams with the left, just misses on that far post.
Yeah, it's a deflection. This is a goal right here. If this ball doesn't get deflected, great combination play again. Luke Spencer finds Speedy Williams. Again, Ownby involved. And look at this ball across. Speedy Williams, it's a good little touch here. That's going in the back of the net, I believe, if not for the deflection. I believe it was Kamzia there in the middle. Another corner kick opportunity.
On the ground.
That play.
Spees makes a run at it. Louisville City retains it, and Tambakis reels in the high arching ball. So again, another corner kick escaped by North Carolina FC defensively.
That's 3 different variations we've seen, and Jimenez has hit it with his right foot and his left foot taking the corner. You don't see that very often, but talented player to be able to do that confidently with either foot.
Forward to Iwalu. Out of bounds after a touch by Louisville City. So Spees now on the throw-in for North Carolina. He'll hand it off to DJ Taylor. Give them 1 extra person up front. Blues reverses field. Ian and Brotherton working back and forth for North Carolina.
That's better for Brotherton. Good ball to switch the field. Now they just got to keep it moving. Keep the ball moving, move it quickly.
Back to Tambakis. And Brotherton go back and forth.
Trouble.
Louisville City gets a hold of it. Davis the ball in. It's knocked away and taken away by North Carolina FC. So again, narrowly escaping what was a troublesome situation. Now forward it goes. Lomas puts it in on the ground, and it's in! North Carolina FC on the board first. Marios Lomas.
This is so well done by the big fella. Darren completely against the run of play, but Marios Lomas comes up with the ball and just says, I'm going to make this thing happen. Good ball in from Iwolo. It was kind of in between two players. It's a good run from Stephen Miller to take the attention of the defender and cuts inside here. Marios Lomas, a bit of a deflection, but you know what? Take the shot, put it on frame. Goes right underneath Grabowski there and completely against the run of play. Great effort from North Carolina FC going up 1-0.
In a match where the energy had not really been there at certain points through the first 35 minutes there. Marios Lomas just handling the ball right into traffic and trusting his foot.
Yeah, that's what they pay the big fella for, right? You're the center forward, the number 9. That's why you get paid. Score goals.
His first of the season, as this is match number 1 for each of these teams. And it's now a 1-0 lead for North Carolina FC. But Louisville City quick to pressure on the other end, as they have been this entire half.
See if this changes the energy level for North Carolina FC, getting that goal.
And a foul will slow things down, giving it to Louisville City.
That's a good look at Mr. Lomas.
In the center of the offense, goes to Tosh, cuts inside on Iwolo and punches it in, but it's knocked away, stolen by Deleuze. Good ball forward, Spees with it. No numbers for North Carolina FC, so holding up, waiting on DJ Taylor. Ball in and headed away. Louisville City quick to recover. Good defense there, especially Paco Craig on the header to get it out.
Yeah, they've been dangerous on the counter, so this guy, Brian Ownby, has been excellent for me in the first half.
Cape's pass knocked away. Now Stephen Miller for North Carolina FC down the sideline. Lomas there, but not much doing. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. North Carolina making a run here as Iwolo on the left side, cuts inward, punches it just a little too strong, going for that upper corner on the far side.
Yeah, that's okay though, but if you're Coach Sarakin, you want Donovan Iwolo to be taking players on. That's okay if he didn't make the shot on target, but you want him to be aggressive and dangerous and taking players on, so I don't think you'll have any issue with that. See, Coach Hackworth might not be too happy with the performance in the last few minutes. He's got his bench going to warm up in the first half. Doesn't usually happen.
Oh, cross in and a header chance for Lomas.
Oh, it was a good one. What a ball in from Stephen Miller. Marios Lomas just lurking on the back post. I thought he was going to score here. It's a great ball in. And Lomas just can't quite get the header on it to put it on target.
He was met by Alexi Sawahi. As he went up with it, I don't think Sawahi actually made contact with the ball, but he was there just enough to disrupt. High heave from Guillen. Right to Dobrovolsky for him to scoop it up and distribute. Launched in the way of Spencer off his head. Easy play to make for Tambakis. Williams thought he had Ownby as the streaker cutting through the end there, but just a result of a quick steal and a run the other way, quick steal, run the opposite way. Kyle McCabe with it. Spins back, Sawahi off his left foot. Tosh has had the ball at his feet an awful lot. Forward to Davis. There's Ownby. Trying to loft one up. It's off the side of the net.
Yeah, that's a great run again from Ownby. Good combination play with George Davis. And Austin DeLuz was chasing down Brian Ownby there. I think in the end, Ownby tried to go with a little toe poke here, try to catch Tambakis by surprise and see if he tries a little toe poke. Yeah, it just comes off the side of his foot. He's just trying to get it on target. Good pressure there from Austin DeLuz just to throw him off a bit.
The North Carolina FC captain has been all over the place. Bacchus to bring it back into play. And Guillen kicks it out of bounds.
Still Piccolo again, just cleaning it up in the center of the park. Just going about his business.
Initially headed by Austin DeLuz of North Carolina. Del Piccolo, as you said, there to clean it up. Sawahi pressing forward again, Louisville City. Punches it to the corner, and again, just a little too strong for Davis to reel it in and have much of a chance.
Yeah, I think if I'm in North Carolina FC right now, you're up 1-0, right, against the run of play. I would not be trying to play the ball short out of the back. You know, you're 5 minutes from halftime. Get everybody up the field. Pick out who you're going to play the ball to. Try to find a big guy, Marios Lomas, and win the second ball. I think that's what they're going to do here.
And Bacchus sets the select ball, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. The latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Louisville City on the inlet pass. George Davis now, again, walking his way into that corner. And Guillen is all over it.
Yeah, good defending there from Guillen. Davis, once he started going down that road, it was always going to end that way, it seemed. Didn't have any options. I'll keep harping on these goal kicks, Darren, but they've got to pick out a player. They're just kind of sending it up. Tambakis is not aiming for anyone. Austin DeLuz, though, good in the air, is not the guy you want to be winning this ball. You need a bigger player. Someone has a chance to win it.
See where he puts it. Tambakis.
And that's just too easy for Louisville just to go on the counterattack right away. One win.
Ownby to Spencer. Now Davis gives to Williams. And again, a chance to reset for Louisville City. Alexi Sawahi pushes to Tosh. Walu all over it.
Yeah, better defending from Walu there.
Davis inside outs and then floats one down low, but nobody there. So Tambakis taking his time with it as we approach the half. Now in the 43rd minute. Ends it high and a header forward by Spies, but again, just one touch and done with it for North Carolina FC. Sawahi off his right, opposite side, Ownby. Down the sideline against Miller. Into the corner, met by DJ Taylor as well. Lobbed underneath, and Louisville City a little too strong on the inlet pass.
Yeah, that's just a whipped ball in the box. Spencer not able to get onto it. Davis not able to get onto it.
You want to find out who's up, who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings. You can find those only on USLChampionship.com. Bacchus looks to distribute. Walu puts it up high. Lomas unable to come away with it. But North Carolina FC in control. That one right down the sideline and retained by Louisville City, but just out of the reach of Ownby there. Lobbed forward, Lomas gets a foot on it, and it skips out of bounds, not quite down in the corner where Awalu recovers. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by McCabe there, who came in very aggressively on the play.
For Louisville City, see if they can build up another attack or two before halftime.
Crosses into the center of the pitch, and DeLuz draws a whistle there and is shoved.
Oh, DeLuz is about to get a card. It's 4 or 5 fouls.
He is really irritating Oscar Jimenez, who just laid a couple of hands on him and shoved him out of the way so he could get the free kick away.
Yeah, I will be shocked if Austin DeLuz makes it through this game without a yellow card.
He's been frantic all over the place, seemingly in on every play.
With that wry smile on his face. McCabe's like, it's 4 or 5 fouls, come on.
Out of bounds it goes, and again continuing to push it.
The fourth official has indicated it'll be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half.
And this one has flown by. Not a lot of stoppage at the end of this first half. Just 1 minute, as you see there. And that stoppage time has begun. Louisville City with George Davis IV possesses the ball. There to go until finally Tosh on the sideline. DeLuz there. Knocked away by Awalu. B's unable to run it down, and it's kicked away.
Yeah, if you're North Carolina FC, you're definitely not happy with the way you've played so far in the first half, but you're very happy with the result. Being up 1-0 puts them in a great spot to get into halftime. Coach Sarakin, Coach Hackworth, and Danny Cruz, my old teammates, making the transition into the coaching world.
One of Hackworth's assistants with Louisville City, and this is his first full season at the helm, just as Dave Sarakin has, as that's the whistle for the first half. Brought in a lot of newcomers on the sidelines for both of these teams, but it's 45 in and a 1-0 lead for North Carolina FC. It's sluggish at times, it's happened, but they go into the locker room with a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Mario Lomas made it happen. I think it'd be interesting team talks at halftime for both of these teams for different reasons. Coach Hackworth probably happy with a lot of the build-up play, but in finishing has been not there. So Mario Lomas gets the goal. It should be a great second half.
It's halftime here in the first week of USL Championship action. North Carolina FC hosting Louisville City FC, up 1-0 at the break here on ESPN+. Stay with us for halftime as well as the remaining 45 minutes of this bout.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Halftime at Salem Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Darren Vaught, Jason Gary with you as North Carolina FC holds a 1-0 lead at the break. And this, I know to you, Jason, a little bit surprising. You would be happy with this, of course, if you're North Carolina FC for reasons other than the obvious.
Yeah, I think first half, Louisville City FC was definitely the better team, had more possession, created more chances. But North Carolina FC, give them credit, give Mario Slomas a ton of credit. He took advantage of the one opportunity, really, that they had to score a goal, and he put North Carolina FC ahead 1-0. And it sets up well for the second half for North Carolina FC to be able to defend and then try to get out on the break with those speedy players, Ben Spees, Donovan Iwolo. And for Louisville City, they just got to figure out some more finishing. They were not very good in the final third, and just their finishing in front of goal. That final kind of 18 to 20 yards is where everything broke down for them.
Still 45 minutes left in this one, but looking ahead for North Carolina FC as they began the season here with the back-to-back USL championships. The winner in Louisville City at Bethlehem still. Charleston Battery. It's become a bit of a rivalry in this league. Memphis 901. And then at Atlanta United 2 and at Charlotte Independence, which is sort of the in-state rivalry as well. A couple of times to be announced there.
Yeah, two good rivalries there with Charlotte and the Southern Derby. Charleston Battery, that's that game has become known as, and pretty interesting. Within a 4-hour drive, and those two teams are going to be battling at it. Both supporter sections, great supporters groups for both of those teams.
Louisville City FC, on the other hand, look at theirs. They've got that trip to Atlanta a bit early. Atlanta United 2, their next matchup next week. Hartford Athletic, Birmingham Legion FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. All home matches for Louisville City, and then they take a trip to Tampa to take on the Rowdies.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see the two new teams. Get Memphis coming into North Carolina is going to play in a few weeks, and then Birmingham Legion FC, another new team to USL. Such great growth for soccer here for the USL. Exciting times to be a part of soccer in America.
Exciting times to be a part of USL Championship, where it's a new era, including this Week 1 matchup, starting with this and the other matches taking place league-wide. Here's a look at what's to come for the league. This brought to you by USL Productions.
What does it take to be a champion? Skill, strength, vision, an unrelenting desire to prove your worth week in, week out. An army of fans behind you screaming your name. And sometimes just a bit of luck. For 631 games over the course of the next 9 months, 22 players will step on the field to answer the question, why will it be you and not them? And of 36 teams, from the champions of yesterday to the challengers of tomorrow, only one will be right.
Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina, Wake Med Soccer Park, more specifically where it's North Carolina FC 1, Louisville City FC 0 at the half. Take a look at some other scores across the USL Championship ranks here in this Week 1. Tacoma with a 1-0 lead over Rio Grande. Of course, that one went final 3-1. New York Red Bulls 2 over Swope Park in what was the 2016 USL Championship rematch. St. Louis FC with the win 2-1 over Indy 11. And then still to come a bit later this evening, Atlanta United 2 and the Hartford Athletic.
Interesting result there. St. Louis making it happen over Indy 11. Another relatively new team there in St. Louis. New York Red Bulls too, man. They just keep cranking. They're a good team, and they play the same style they play in the MLS team as they do for New York Red Bulls too. So it's interesting to watch. It almost looks like the same team, just different players. It's pretty good stuff they're doing up there in New York.
That's one of those affiliate systems throughout the USL Championship that has been created in that way to shuttle players and shuttle systems to the MLS club. So there's a look across the USL Championship scoreboard. Again, it's 1-0 here. North Carolina FC leading the visiting Louisville City FC. Almost set for the second half. 1-0 North Carolina FC lead. Stay with us here on ESPN+.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Resuming with the second half shortly. North Carolina FC up 1-0 over Louisville City FC. Darren Vaught, Jason Gary with you here at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Let's have a look at some of the things that happened in half number one, including the one goal by Marios Lomas, which we'll get to in just a moment. Not a lot of early chances for North Carolina FC, though. There was this one for Stephen Miller.
Yeah, the ball bouncing around in the box. Stephen Miller does a great job here. This little touch he takes is quality around the defender. I thought there was a deflection there, so did he. That shot skies over the goal, but looked like a little bit of a deflection there. Stephen Miller getting involved, but then it was a lot of this from Louisville City. A lot of balls into the box. Here's one that Alex Tambakis has to deal with. It's a good ball in, an awkward little bounce. It comes off of Speedy Williams, and Tambakis just got to push that one over the crossbar.
Yeah, it was an awkward play for Tambakis. He had a couple of those net mining for North Carolina FC, and then another close one here for Louisville City.
Yeah, I think this is the best chance for them. Speedy Williams makes good contact. I think that was headed towards the back of the net, if not for the deflection from a North Carolina FC defender. But then here it was, finally, North Carolina FC gets forward on the break. Mario Slomis takes control of this situation, cuts inside of his defender, draws in another one, and a hard, low shot, a little bit of a deflection, but it gets it past the goalkeeper, and North Carolina FC up 1-0.
Mario Slomis, 5 goals scored a season ago for North Carolina FC. The first on the board in the season opener makes it 1-0 at the break. North Carolina FC's advantage, just kind of willing his way through the defense, but there wasn't a lot happening offensively for North Carolina, but he just went right through it. And you see there, indicative by the possession, not a lot of opportunities created by North Carolina FC.
Yeah, you see Louisville City with the corners, with the shots, but not a ton of shots on target. Both teams with 1 shot on target, and North Carolina FC's made good on theirs, 1-0. But Louisville City FC, I look to see them really pick up the pressure, pick up the pace. They were pretty good in the first half in possession, but got to be a little bit more effective in the final third and putting some more shots on the goal of Alex Tambakis.
And the second half now underway as we switch sides, and Louisville City FC with the opening possession. Plenty of time spent as the aggressors in the first half. And Speedy Williams has that one deflected and away out of bounds. And once more with another crack at it. Goes to the sideline. Thought it was going to be another Louisville City corner right away there. Back to that bread and butter. Ownby has been the beginning point of offensive runs throughout much of the afternoon for Louisville City.
Yeah, he's been very active, never stops running.
Wheel it around and then underneath to Spencer. Back to Ownby now on the opposite side for him. The left foot on it, intended for Spencer, but headed away. Del Piccolo with a foot on it. Knocked it down. Something to keep an eye on as Oscar Jimenez picks it away there. He can lose a little bit of chippiness toward the end of the first half. Sawahi with a foot on it.
I see McCabe down there. I think Ben Spees got a little bit of him after that ball got played away. He's limping around there in the middle of the field. Asking the referee, didn't see that.
He's up to his feet and still questioning it.
In the Irish accent too, which makes it better when you're yelling at a referee. Way better.
Ian on the inlet pass for North Carolina FC. Deleuze has to slide to regain control. Staved off a potential big play there, though. A big opportunity at the least. Onus in chase defensively. Jimenez puts it forward. It's knocked away. McCabe back from Jimenez. Jimenez again trying to force it in. As Austin Deleuze comes away with it defensively for North Carolina. There's Del Piccolo again, stolen away.
Yeah, you can see Louisville City just waiting for that breakthrough. The quality of the service just hadn't been there in the box. They've got numbers in the box, but it's been the quality of the ball in there that just hasn't been good enough so far this game. They're getting into all the right positions.
Arios Lomas a touch out of bounds. Now Alexi Sawahi, Niall McCabe, and Louisville City a bit stagnant here. That's anywhere for McCabe to go. He finally gets it forward to Toach into the corner, but it's out of bounds. Fans, remember you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. North Carolina able to transition from the defensive side.
Well done by Ben Spees there, just to hold up the ball, try to get some possession. North Carolina, he's been defending for the first 5 minutes of this first half. Now they can get a little bit of possession, put some passes together.
Taylor involved. Now Stephen Miller in the corner. Crosses Speedy Williams. Spees again, and Miller hits the ground.
Open.
The header down and off the post, and the follow-through is there. 2-0 North Carolina FC. And the persistence pays off.
It sure has, Darren. McCabe, it looks like, is the guy that finally puts it in the back of the net. But great stuff here from Miller. Good stuff from Ben Spees. This is a great whipped-in ball. Lomas finds himself all alone on the back post. His header goes off the post. And then McCabe right there on the doorstep makes no mistake about it. In the back net. It's probably one of the only times we called his name all game. But he's in the right place at the right time to put North Carolina FC up 2-0.
Tommy McCabe on loan currently from FC Cincinnati. And making an impact in game number 1 of the USL Championship season for North Carolina FC, now ahead 2-0 over the defending champions, Louisville City.
It's good stuff, and I think it really started, Darren, by that play by Ben Spees where he was dribbling. He was only had 2 or 3 defenders in front of him, but he took hold of the ball. He put his foot on it. He allowed other players to push forward, kept a little bit of possession, and that turned into a goal for North Carolina FC.
So 2-0, McCabe with the goal. Now 6 full minutes into the second half. And Louisville City was living in and near the box for Tambakis, providing him fits. Just a couple of tries needed for North Carolina FC to punch one in. And Louisville City back to it now with Ownby doubled up, dribbles through the traffic. Jimenez another cross. McCabe gets a foot on it, but stopped by Deleuze. And Taylor heads it away. Good defense by North Carolina FC.
Oh, Arolo's wide open on the far side. So you want to see him go at speed, go at a defender, try to make something happen.
Donovan Awolu picks back, and now Deleuze resets with McCabe. North Carolina whips it around the other direction. DJ Taylor now with space. Stephen Miller back to Taylor. Crosses on the ground, and that one's in. Iwolo with goal number 3 for North Carolina FC. Goals 2 and 3 just within a couple of minutes of each other.
Iwolo's fired up, and he should be. What a goal from North Carolina FC. This is great team passing. We're going to get to see this replay. This is excellent soccer. In, out, give, go. What a run here from DJ Taylor, and a quality ball. He picked out Donovan Awolo, who's right there at the PK spot. That's how you draw it up, and he finishes well. Past Dobrovolsky there. Completely flipped this game on its head in the last 2 minutes.
A lot of energy coming from this North Carolina FC crowd as well as the team, as is a result of a couple of goals scored just 8 minutes into this second half. Donovan Awalu with number 3 for North Carolina FC. DJ Taylor with the assist. Austin DeLuz the touch before that. And now Ownby with it for Louisville City, and a cross. It's headed away. That's McCabe again on the play.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that there's more goals left in this game, Darren.
Certainly the pace has been picked up by both sides here in the second half. Jimenez, another cross. Again, it's headed out of there. McCabe and Williams in on the play. It'll stay in Louisville City's possession. Del Piccolo punches it through. Spencer there with his left. Back to Del Piccolo, but knocked away courtesy of Austin DeLuz. DeLuz again, the first to get to it defensively. Spees falls to the ground. A little bit of contact from Speedy Williams, and that's going to reverse it.
Yeah, Spees has been the catalyst for me here in the second half for North Carolina FC. He's getting on the ball. He's creative. He got the assist on the Lomas goal, involved in the other goal as well. When he's on the ball and he has space, he's so talented and can make really that special play. He's been the difference here in the second half.
Walu in a bit of congestion at that far sideline. Dishes it backward, and they'll look to spread the field, and that's what's gotten them success with these last 2 goals especially. Spees sends it out to Miller. He's got Taylor to his right, instead sends it in, and it's reversed right back to him by the Louisville City defense. North Carolina tries the opposite side. Awalu. McCabe, center pitch. Trying for Lomas, who was sneaking toward the goal. Unable to get it through there, though.
It's hard for a fellow that big to be sneaky, too, you know?
Here's Jimenez for Louisville City. Del Piccolo crosses it underneath.
Oof.
And contact in the box, no whistle, much to Louisville City's chagrin.
Good stuff there from Marios Lomas, holding the ball up again. You can see this North Carolina FC team, obviously with those goals, they're playing with some confidence. And it's the second or third time somebody's fouled Ben Spees in the last few minutes.
He's been a headache for Louisville City all day, especially in these last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, the game's opened up, and when the game opens up and he's got space and time, he's a very special player. See Coach Hackworth, he's not waiting around anymore, making some subs here. He's not happy with what he's seen in the first few minutes of this second half.
It'll be Sonny Jani.
A foul here. Yep, stomped on the back of his heel.
Sonny Jani and Lucky Mkasana, the 2 entering for Louisville City. And Sean Toach and George Davis will have a seat.
I thought Davis and Toach had decent games. They were active, especially in the first half, putting some dangerous balls in. It was just the finishing in the final third. And that final ball in, we saw Toach 3 or 4 times kind of cut that ball back to the top of the box, and no one from Louisville City was there. But good run out from the guys today. First game of the season. And we'll see if there's a change of formation from Coach Hackworth as this game develops.
With the touch. There's Mkasana. A lot of speed, a lot of energy coming out of the reserves for Louisville City. Forwarded to Ownby. And it's knocked away. Good defense by Brotherton. Louisville City, though, still with a chance. Williams lofts it in. Overshoots Jimenez.
Yeah, it's a good idea there from Speedy Williams. Just hit that cross a little too far. You're right, bring it in. Nkosana and Jani, that's a ton of speed, a ton of attacking prowess there. It looks almost like they've switched into a 3-back here for Louisville City. Del Piccolo moved into the back line there, and they're pushing some numbers forward here. Jimenez moving up into the midfield.
Miller gets his head on it, sends it back to that back line of 3. Del Piccolo on the left side, sends it down the sideline. Jimenez lofts it high and well over the goal and out of bounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying to catch Tambakis off his line there and actually go for goal, or if he just got the cross wrong.
You can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow your club. So by way of the ball out of bounds, North Carolina FC pushing it forward. See DJ Taylor waving for Austin to lose. Instead is going to send it forward to Miller. He's knocked down. Contact on that header.
Yeah, it looked really incidental, but he did make some contact there.
There's Paco Craig there to test the play for Louisville City. Miller's still on the ground. Looked as if he might have clipped his shoulder out.
Anytime an injury or anything to do with the head, with concussions and that type of thing, just slow the game down, take a look, make sure that he's okay. I think it's right here. He probably puts his head down, and yeah, I think he just caught side of Craig's shoulder there, right? Kind of ran through him.
Miller to his feet, walking away on his own power. If he remains in or if he's going to get checked out. And that will be the case. It looks like as he's walked out of bounds. And back in, so he's good to go. Sawahi for Louisville City, sending it from right to left. Paco Craig back to Sawahi. Using that back line, Louisville City gradually trying to push the entire field forward. Jimenez aggressive again on the cross. Knocked away eventually by Iwolu.
Yeah, Louisville City, they've got to try something a little bit different. These long crosses in from the sideline have not worked out. The two center backs, Kamzia and Brotherton for North Carolina FC, have done a good job of getting up and winning those headers. They have to work the ball in a little bit more combination play around the box.
Again tosses in. Del Piccolo comes away with it. Plenty of room to operate, taking his time. With his left, sends it up. Trying to find that space. Speedy Williams down the sideline. That one lofted way up in the air. Tambakis goes up to get it.
Yeah, good take there by Alex Tambakis. He tracked that ball a long ways. But good confident play from the goalkeeper. See the ball in here. It's a long cross. It's in the air a long time. Tambakis does a great job tracking it, bringing it down.
Both M. Kasana and Ownby there in traffic for Louisville City, so a dangerous play. Couple of one touches, Taylor, then Miller. North Carolina gets it forward to Lomas. Here's McCabe, good hesitation. Dribbles it towards center pitch to Spees. Here's Iwalu, plenty of space for North Carolina. Back to Austin DeLuz. And they wheel it around from left to the center there.
I was just about to say, great stuff.
One touch. It was developing nicely.
Yeah, I'm not sure Sam Brotherton there just booted the ball up the field. They've done a great job of keeping possession.
Here's Jimenez again. Floats it forward for Spencer, but overshoots him. And they clearly want Jimenez to service that ball in the box. It just hasn't worked out the past handful of times they've done so.
I think if you're going to play that way, you've got to get another center forward right up alongside Luke Spencer, another bigger center forward. Right now, Lucky Mkosana is a very good center forward, but he's not a big guy that's going to win a lot of headers in the box. So if you're going to play these long balls into the box from the sidelines, get another big guy in there to challenge the two center backs. Right now, it's too easy for Brotherton and Kamzia to handle Luke Spencer, 2-on-1.
Miller goes up and wins another header. Lomas dragged down to the ground to no call. Johnny out to McCabe, floats it in, and it's headed away by DJ Taylor.
Stuff from Spees again. That's a good play.
Off it forward, and Lomas can't quite get a touch on it.
That's exactly the way you want to counter, though, when you win the ball as North Carolina FC right now, because Louisville City are having to push numbers forward. So when you can have a good quality counter like that, just didn't quite come off from Marios Lomas getting that first touch on it.
Now Jimenez again. Touches to the center, Del Piccolo. Inside, Johnny has it knocked away. Stephen Miller again there defensively for North Carolina FC. And Iwalu knocks away the pass from Speedy Williams.
He's going to call a foul here. It was an awkward play there from Iwolo. Kind of slid in, but did make some contact with McCabe. Watch this, an awkward play. I thought Iwolo was going to be able to take the ball and go up the field, but he slides, and he makes a little bit of contact there with McCabe.
Well after the fact as well. Hard to argue that his intent was to get the ball.
He toe poked it out of bounds and just a little bit of the follow through, but it's interesting. Good opportunity though for Louisville City. Jimenez with the right foot here.
Jimenez the set piece, lofts it in, headed, and not quite what they were looking for, as Paco Craig got a piece of it, but it's well left of the goal.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that, because that's a great ball, and this is a free header for Paco Craig. He's got to do better with this one if they're going to get back into this game. That's a free header on the back post. He's got to put that on target, give himself a chance.
Again, that time Paco Craig there with him. It's the second time in as many runs of play that Lomas has been on the ground. Here's Mkosana off the face of Brotherton. Now with a chance at it, Ownby sends it sailing high and away from the goal.
Yeah, Brian Ownby ends up with a shot here. I think Alex Tambakis had it covered there on the near post, but good look at Brian Ownby. Been active all game. He's just waiting for that one chance. Put it in the back of the net, start to claw their way back into this thing.
2 goals in Louisville City's championship run throughout the postseason. Louisville City did not trail in a game throughout the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. So now their last 2 times trailing in a match are at the hands of North Carolina FC. It was during the regular season last year. And now a big deficit, 3-0 against North Carolina FC today. Miller sliding just short. Spees comes away with it. Ownby wraps him up. Pretty clear. Right in front of Dave Sarakin again. He's gotten a good look at a lot of those plays.
Yeah, it's been interesting. The referees let a lot of play go here over the last few minutes, but that Iwolo foul just, I believe he called that to give the opportunity for the free kick, and he's letting them play, except for that 2 hands on the back of Ben Spees' shoulders there.
Brotherton pushes it forward. Now Spees again. Well spaced here for North Carolina. DJ Taylor takes a run at it himself and sends it up into the Oak City supporters.
You can tell he's a defender, right? He's just a little bit timid before he was going to hit that thing, and then leaned back and sailed it over. Got to the edge, like, should I do it? Should I do it? Oh, I'll do it. Got underneath it.
The stutter step gave him away.
Yep.
Once he did that, he and everyone around him knew, you don't do this often, do you?
Good ball.
Ownby with a chance, but it's off the top of his foot. And another one sent out of bounds over the goal. Another Select ball out into the bleachers. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. Scrambled play in the middle of the field. Ends up with Louisville City. Dobrovolsky, not a name we've really had to mention much, in goal for Louisville City.
He really hadn't had much to do. You know, the goals of difficult saves for each of those, but other than that, he hadn't really been tested. Had to go around and pick the ball in the back of the net.
Del Piccolo gets through to lose, punches it forward. Intended for Spencer. Pinballs around a bit. That shot attempt wide right, delivered by Johnny, and another missed opportunity for Louisville City.
Good effort there for Johnny. Just pulled that thing wide. We'll see it here. You know, he's 25 yards out. No issue for shooting there, but nothing on target. Alex Tambakis in the right position. Had it covered.
Tambakis trying to distribute forward with the free kick. Header won by Louisville City, but North Carolina FC rather, comes away with it. Soft touch on the header by Ownby to regain possession for Louisville City, as that one just barely out of bounds from the foot of Jimenez. And a substitution oncoming for North Carolina FC.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for number 7, Donovan Awolo.
Donovan Awolo will exit after a 1-goal effort and a nice performance here in game 1. He checks out in favor of Manny Perez for North Carolina FC.
And Manny Perez, this is a player locally everybody wants to see. Obviously signed to the big team in the Scottish Premiership. Glasgow Celtic is on loan here to start his professional career. Big things in store for him. Very gifted player that came up through the academy ranks with North Carolina FC, NC State, so local kid. Good opportunity to see him in his first pro game.
Miller touches it in, and Lomas almost puts it in. That might have even been touched by Dobrovolsky as he laid out for it, just barely over the crossbar.
Yeah, great run again. Stephen Miller down that left-hand side. Look at this ball he puts in. He puts it on Marius Lomas' foot right here. Inside, just gets underneath it a bit, off the crossbar.
A near goal for Marius Lomas. It would have been his second. There's a couple of bodies fly to the ground. Time moving a lot quicker for Louisville City here in the second half, now down 3-0. Jimenez and McCabe get things set for the set piece.
Yeah, and last time in a similar area, it was a free header on the back post from Paco Craig. See if somebody's going to man mark him this time. Luke Spencer, a huge target in there as well.
Jimenez quick to put a foot on it, whistle blown.
Referee saying, I haven't blown my whistle yet. Not sure why you're kicking the ball.
So they're going to re-rack that one. The intent was for McCabe to drop it onto Jimenez's foot. Instead, they wait a bit longer there. Miller heads it away. Good defense.
Yeah, that was Miller marking Paco Craig because he was lurking right behind him. Good play there from Stephen Miller. Had a good game tonight, Stephen Miller, on both sides of the ball.
So another corner here on the way from Oscar Jimenez. This is right on it this time. Again headed away, that time off of Marios Lomas. Back out and wide right. Tambakis, though, I think had it covered.
I think he did.
He's been on top of every play like that so far.
Yep, he's been in great positions tonight, but from our angle, when we saw that ball hit the outside of the net from McCabe, I thought, wow, he put that one in the top corner. Look at this, he makes a great strike here. I think you're right, I think Tambakis had it covered on that near post.
So another empty-handed trip for Louisville City, with both the set piece on the far sideline and then a corner on the near side. Jimenez scrambling on the toss in. And now another substitution for North Carolina FC, as it will be Robbie Cristo in for Marios Lomas. First on the board with goal number 1 of 3 for North Carolina FC. A fine day for Marios Lomas.
Yeah, he put in a great shift at number 9. He got his goal in the first half. Did a lot of battling, a lot of hard work there, chasing things down. Sometimes it's a thankless role being that center forward all up there all by yourself. Did a great job tonight, got his goal, set his team off.
Chasing it out of bounds as we're now in the 76th minute. You can sense a little bit more urgency, a little bit more desperation for Louisville City. That one gets by and Spencer in the corner. Sends it low enough for Brotherton to kick it away. Crossed up. Johnny had a good look at it, but it's knocked away. And not quite as ideal, that look by Speedy Williams. And it sails out of bounds. Louisville City unable to capitalize on a little bit of a scramble play and what turned into a lot of open space.
Yeah, tough clearance there from Brotherton, and Jani there just can't quite put it on target. I think he was trying to shoot that and mishit it. But DJ Taylor, alert to the danger, is able to clear his lines.
Magnus Rasmussen entering the contest for Louisville City. Out goes Luke Spencer. So some fresh legs up front in an attempt to break into this 3-0 North Carolina FC lead. North Carolina pushing. That one knocked away out of bounds. Dobrowolski quick to distribute. Paco Craig for Louisville City. With his left, right to Spees. Good play off of his chest and gives to Miller. Spees patient, gives backward, and North Carolina FC is going to go to work here. First touch for Manny Perez there, back to DJ Taylor. Time waning as Dobrowolski gives to push it forward. Suwahi lofts it ahead to Ownby against Brotherton, sends it in, easily knocked away.
North Carolina FC's done a good job of closing down space.
Here's Niall McCabe with a head of steam. Pushes it inside. DJ Taylor with a foot to knock it away.
Tackle from DeLuz.
And Taylor clears it to the other side.
Hey, he's telling Cristo, hey, you just came on the field. You're a center forward. I have no outlet pass. Come help me.
Perez the stop. And tackled from behind, Del Piccolo. There on the play defensively.
First little look there at Manny Perez. He's silky with the ball, man. He can move it. Got away from him a little bit. It's a foul from Del Piccolo. This is smart here from North Carolina FC. Just put your foot on the ball a little bit. Take a sting out of the game. Keep possession when you can.
And out of bounds just ahead of Manny Perez.
Yeah, Austin Lewis missed him by about a foot there. Just really close making that connection. Notice North Carolina FC, they're pressing higher up the field. I think that was an adjustment that Coach Sarakin and assistant coach John Bradford made. And they're high pressing a little bit more, not allowing Louisville City to have that free possession all the way up to 30 or 40 yards from their box. Well done again.
Spees comes away with it on defense and miscommunication. Cristo wanted Spees running and passed it to no one. Another run at it for Louisville FC. McCabe has it knocked away. Spees ends up with it. Cristo dribbles backward and body contact by Del Piccolo. Will slow things down. Ten minutes to play in this week one matchup. Fans, if you want to know who's up, who's down, where does your club sit, find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings. You can find those only on USLChampionship.com. Pass forwarded to Manny Perez and out of bounds, and at this point, it's a lot of desperate attempts for Louisville City and North Carolina FC just trying to maintain possession for as long as they can and milk away this time.
Yeah, it was those 3 or 4 minutes right at the beginning of the second half where the goals came for North Carolina FC. And that's the difference. Old adage that goals change games, and it's true. That first half goal against the run of play from Marios Lomas put North Carolina FC in a position where you can absorb a little bit of pressure and go on the counter. And then right in the beginning of the second half, 2 spectacular goals, really well-worked goals for North Carolina FC. And since then, it's just been kind of a hope from Louisville City. They haven't really created a ton of really good chances. The final third has been the struggle for them in this game.
Miller unable to save it from going out. Louisville City with another chance at a run here. A damp, chilly afternoon here in Cary, North Carolina, but an exciting one as week one. Williams with the service, and it's headed away out of bounds. I think lucky Mkosana did get his head on it.
I think it'll be an offsides there on the cross, and Kosana. Yeah, it is a cold, damp one out here, Darren, but fans have gotten 3 goals out of this thing so far, and they're in good voice down there in the corner.
As always, as you'll see on the other end, the Oak City supporters, the fan group based here in the Raleigh area behind North Carolina FC. It's an impressive devotion from that group in particular.
It sure is. Showing a night like tonight, cold and rainy.
One of the many great fan bases throughout the USL Championship as North Carolina FC pokes it away. And a beautiful ball forward to Cristo. All alone, he punches it through and in across Dobrovolsky's hand. And Robbie Cristo, with his first goal of the season, makes it 4-0.
Well, Darren, that's how you draw it up. That is a counter-attack. Perfectly worked. Great run from Christo and a fantastic finish. A little dink over the goalkeeper. But this is what Coach Sarakin would love to see. Great timed run. He gets inside the box here and just some composure to dink that thing up over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. Great finish from Robbie Christo. Great impact he's had since coming onto the pitch. And
you've raved about him all day. Ben Spies on the assist there. A beautiful pass between two defenders. Really well done on all accounts for North Carolina FC.
The timing of the run from Christo and the pace of the pass from Ben Spies. Perfection here for North Carolina FC, and it's turning into a rout.
4-0 now the count as entering the season, as we'll see Dre Fortune check in favor of Ben Spies. Fortune, one of the longer tenured guys on this club, a fan favorite, local guy from here in Raleigh.
And this is a great game to come into if you're a sub and it's wide open like this for North Carolina. See, there's going to be some chances. And Dre Fortune had a great season 2 years ago. Not as good of a season last year, but he's got a fresh start here with Coach Dave Sarakin.
Gets a touch on the cross and sends it back for a Louisville City corner. And Louisville City, a team entering this season, Jason, had lost its top two scorers. So if anything was the concern for them entering this USL Championship campaign, it was going to be where do we find scoring to replace that of guys like Cameron Lancaster, who had the single-season record with 25 goals last year.
Yep, I think you hit it, Darren. Ball bouncing around there. Ownby hitting one over the goal, but you nailed it right on the head, Darren. And you got to be able to score goals. You created plenty of chances, had lots of possession, but in the final third, inside the 18-yard box, just not good enough tonight from Louisville City. And if this scoreline holds, I mean, this is going to send a pretty big message from North Carolina FC to beat Louisville City like this, and maybe the score not quite indicative of some of the possession stats, but it doesn't matter. North Carolina FC put the ball in the back of the net, very efficient in their finishing. And Louisville City has been the opposite.
Tambakis milking plenty of time as we're under 5 minutes prior to stoppage. Can't imagine there will be much more of that, similar to the first half. Christo. Deleuze scoops it up. Now you see Sonny Johnny and Lucky Mkosana as reserve substitutions in this game. Picking up the pep in their step, really pursuing balls defensively. Back to Jimenez. Floats it forward. Rasmussen to the top of the box. Johnny covered up quickly defensively. Ownby with a chance after the missed header and diving at it. Del Piccolo unable to make contact, and it's just been that kind of day.
Yep, it has. It's been a tough one offensively for Louisville City, but they're a very good team. You can tell they've got all the pieces except for maybe that finishing touch and maybe just an off night for them. They're going to have to find someone who can score goals. They've got guys that can create, guys that can serve in a great ball, guys like Ownby that are dangerous. Del Piccolo, who's great in the middle of the park. Coach Hackworth is just going to be back to the drawing board a little bit this week in training and really working on the finishing and that final pass, final ball.
Be a sour taste in John Hackworth's mouth for sure, as this is a matchup. He and Dave Sarakin from their time with the national team know each other personally, so it's always nice to have maybe some bragging rights the next time they come around or you text to them. Here's Jimenez with his left. Del Piccolo, one touch, and Johnny unable to control it. In the waning minutes, as North Carolina FC leads, Williams too strong on the pass forward. Reminder, fans, you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com.
And if you're Coach Saracen, 4-0 scoreline right now. He would love to get out of here. I'm sure this man would. Alex Tambakis with a clean sheet. Just nothing's going right for Louisville City. None of the bounces are going right even.
Tambakis nearly was. He nearly put an end to his clean sheet. Reached up over.
Curse, you know, I almost did the curse. But really, you get a 4-0 lead right now. If you keep it at his clean sheet, you've gotten some guys on the field you wanted to get involved. You got Cristo on the field who scored a goal. You got Manny Perez, his first his first pro action here, and a great response from the team after a difficult first half.
That one crossed inward and punched away.
There's a lot of stuff to build on from North Carolina FC. Winning your home opener like this.
As you mentioned, it certainly sends an emphatic message league-wide.
Absolutely.
A lot of buzz entering this organization and this season in particular with Dave Saracen jumping right from his time with the U.S. men's national team to be at the helm of North Carolina FC.
And just good momentum, to build good momentum at the beginning of a season, so important. New group of players, got some returning players, but you got your attacking players all scoring goals. Everybody's feeling good. It's going to be a good locker room. Always better to start that way than the other way.
Williams inside as Louisville City desperately trying to get on the board. Ownby a nifty header off the backside, but again goes out of bounds. See there, no more than 4 minutes of stoppage.
I don't know if anybody really appreciated that 4 minutes. Fans did, anybody. Both teams making all three substitutions though, 3 goals. I get it. Maybe that's just my cold feet talking.
It's going to be 4 minutes that North Carolina FC tries to eat up rather quickly. Robbie Cristo out in front of it. It's certainly been a balanced attack for North Carolina FC. Just as we mentioned Louisville City, we have to mention that North Carolina's leading scorer missing from a year ago. Daniel Rios, actually he and Lancaster both joining Nashville. A combined 45 goals a season ago between those two.
Quite a few goals from those two, and looking to make the transition into MLS next year. Landing spot for both of them.
Certainly so. Forward off the head of Ownby. Tambakis as far off of his line as he's come today to make that stop here in stoppage time.
Yeah, he's had a good game though. Alex Tambakis been in the right spot, positioning very good. One little bobble here a few minutes ago, but other than that, he's been stellar, been clean all game.
Chance and a diving save by Dobrovolsky.
Yeah, Stephen Miller trying to get on the score sheet.
And in a game like this, I mean, why not?
Why not? Have a shot. It's a pretty decent angle for him. He's looking for somebody to get into the box. He took that little peek across. Nobody was in the box. Said, why not? I'll take a shot. Ends up forcing the save from Dobrovolsky. And this is just about killing off the game here. Great fortune. Robbie Cristo.
That actually the first corner for North Carolina FC tonight. As it's knocked away out of bounds, and they'll have another.
Yeah, they get Cristo back over there again. Did a pretty good job there, winning another corner.
Now at 3 minutes of stoppage, so imaginably this one down to its very final seconds. And Ownby with a run. He's all alone. Crosses and sends it in with his left. Mkusana there. Now Johnny puts it in. So a consolation for Louisville City as Sonny Johnny gets on the board.
Yeah, that's going to frustrate the coaching staff. A great run again from Ownby. It's a good ball into the box. It's not dealt with by North Carolina FC. Two players had the chance to play it out. It's a good finish in the end from Johnny, putting it past Alex Tambakis. And that's tough for your back line and your goalkeeper. Basically the last kick of the game to give up a goal and give up the clean sheet. They're going to be a little annoyed about that. They're still going to get the win, but annoyed that they let a goal in just like that at the very end of the game.
Tambakis missing the clean sheet by what will ultimately be about 20 to 30 seconds. So certainly frustrating for him. Jimenez again to Johnny. This pass knocked away by Miller. And this should be enough space to run it out for North Carolina FC. A lot of open room. Miller instead goes to the goal himself and misses just wide. And there you have it. There's the final whistle. And week one in the USL Championship season concludes for North Carolina FC and Louisville City FC, with North Carolina getting a 4-1 victory here on their home pitch in Cary, North Carolina at Wake Med Soccer Park. 4-1 the final score. Jason, what a performance and what a way to start the season.
Absolutely. The finishing was excellent today from North Carolina FC. They were ruthless when gotten some opportunities in front of goal. Could have been more too, but they got 4 goals tonight and it was easy win for them in the end. Great second half performance. That man Manny Perez getting his first pro appearance.
So for Jason Gary, I'm Darren Vaught from Cary, North Carolina, where the final score is 4-1 North Carolina FC over Louisville City FC. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN Plus, and so long.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.